From the Oklahoma newsroom, it's time for the Energy FC Weekly Update. I'm Jenny Carlson here in studio with three guys from Energy FC: Cody, Laurendi, Jaime Siaj, Atiba Harris. Guys, thanks for joining us this week.
Thank you for having
us. Thank you.
Yeah, and we'll be talking about all three of you getting call-ups to your national teams here in a minute, which, by the way, big deal if it was just one of you, but to have all three of you getting ready to leave, unbelievable stuff. We'll talk about that here in a second. But also on the unbelievable scale is this run that you guys have been on. 4 straight win last weekend. You got a 3-0 win over Seattle. I mean, you guys are just rolling right now. I mean, let's be honest. Christian Valesky scored team-leading 10th goal. Adam John, Marco Bustos also have goals. Jose Barril continues to find guys, put him in the back of the net, had 2 assists in the game. He's got a lot of options, though, to find guys to finish. Let's start with you guys out in the field, Jaime and Atiba. Jaime, I mean, you guys right now scoring goals at an unbelievable clip. What's the confidence level right now with you guys?
I think it's really high. Anytime we've been playing lately, everything goes in. We have Barril performing really well, so for forwards it's easy when you have someone that always looks for you and gives you the ball. So,
Atiba, what's been the key for you guys offensively to have gotten on this roll where it's not just 1, it's 2, 3, 4 goals for you guys a game right now?
I think the team chemistry is there. It's pretty high, and the guys are very confident in the locker room right now. We get along with each other. The offensive guys are just putting everything in the back of the net, and us in the back, we're trying to hold down the fort with Laurendi in the back in the goal, trying as much as possible to keep as many clean sheets.
Valesky, he's on fire right now. I mean, does it seem like there's smoke coming off his foot when he kicks it? Yeah. It feels like it.
Yeah, I mean that's something we see, daily in training, and it's nice for everybody else to now see this, not just with Christian, but every single player. That's the standard that we set day in and day out, and it's nice to come to fruition on the game days.
Well, Cody, you're not doing so shabby yourself.
Thank you.
Fourth win in as many starts for you. Second time a goose egg on the other side when you've been in net. What are you seeing, and why are things going so well for you right now?
The guys in front of me, they make my job extremely easy. I'm there as more motivation, it seems like, as of late, than actually action. And that's a credit to guys like Atiba. He going back to, like we just talked about, offensively, we see it every day. I see it defensively every day. He is willing to put his body on the line, give 110%. Not only him, Kyle Highland, Christian Ibiega, Richard Dixon, all of these guys, Drew Becky, high quality individuals that it's easy to want to give your all for them, because they're going to give their all for you.
I got to think it's all playing into each other right now when you've got the defense playing well, keeping clean sheets, the offense scoring, so much. I mean, everybody's got to be feeling good about what everybody else is doing.
Yeah, I think that we finally got to know each other. We had a lot of players coming in, going out, and I think that we finally got into the rhythm of playing with the same people for a long time. And I think that at the end, you know what the other person is going to do, and that helps the team and clearly helps the results.
Yeah, the results have been unbelievable. Atiba, I mean, Jaime's talking about guys coming in. You were one of those guys that came in, got meshed in. Are you starting to sense that you're feeling comfortable with all these guys, and by and large it's the same on the team?
No, I think from the first day, the guys welcomed me in the locker room, and I think this is one of the best locker rooms I've been in, and I've been on many teams. So. But yeah, the guys are very friendly, so we all get along, and I think it's beginning to show on the field.
Yeah, the chemistry, unbelievable. I mean, the struggles you guys had as a team early, well documented, but I mean, nobody's thinking about them now. But let's put this into some context. I think people need to hear these numbers. You guys start 2-10-1, tied for last place, minus 15 goal differential. Since then, 8-2-4. That goal differential is now only a minus 3. You guys are clearly in the playoff hunt. I mean, I know you guys probably have talked about it, thought about it, gotten asked about it, but to turn this around, Cody, to hear those numbers, where it was and where it is now, I mean, that's a pretty remarkable change.
Yeah, it is, and it is great, like you said, the numbers-wise, but our main goal is to be making a deep run and winning a championship. Obviously, like you said, well-documented struggles early on, but the type of character that is in our locker room is what has enabled us to go through those hard times, but now to be on the other side of it. And we're pushing forward. We're focused on finishing this season strong, and we are starting to instill a fearful nature for these other teams that know that we're coming to play them. And I think psychologically that is huge.
Do you guys feel like what happened early in the season does it sort of still form, maybe not in a bad way, but motivation? You guys know the problems that existed before, even guys who maybe weren't around as much, you could, now you see what it takes to get there. Has that maybe not motivated, but maybe informed the way this team plays now, Jaime? Do you think there's some interplay between what there was early and what there is now?
Of course, but I also think that we weren't as bad as our results were at the beginning, so I think that we built into it from the beginning, knowing that we were better than what we were showing. So at the end, I feel like we got a little bit of that luck that was lacking in the first few games, but I think we're fine, and we were good at the beginning. We were just not winning.
The results weren't necessarily representative. This has just got to be fun now. Isn't this just fun, Atiba? Yeah. I mean, my gosh.
Of course, you're winning.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone's happy.
Yeah.
So we're just going to keep working at it. One game at a time.
Is it so much fun that like even going to practice is fun nowadays, or is that going too far? I mean, come on.
No, I think it's even more competitive now than what it used to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a huge aspect of it, is getting up in the morning and enjoying one another's company, enjoying the trainings with one another. That's all part of it. Yeah. That's all part of it. If we're waking up in the morning dreading, oh man, I have to go to practice. Yeah. No, it's flipped. It's I get to go to practice, and I get to train, and I get to we hold a standard. We hold everybody accountable to a very high standard, and it shows in our results so far.
And Sunday, you get to play again. You guys are headed out to Swope Park, a Sunday match, 4 o'clock, ESPN Plus. This is actually a rescheduled makeup game from April 14th. You guys are headed to Swope Park. You'll be playing at the stadium where Sporting KC, the MLS team in Kansas City, plays. You guys last played Swope Park in May. It was a 1-0 win for Swope Park, but I mean, my gosh, you guys are a completely different team. I mean, Jaime, can you even put into words how different where you guys were in that May 5th game to now? Even?
Not really. I think that the numbers will speak on their own more than what we can say.
Yeah, I mean, a ton of guys, you two, for example, were not even around on that May 5th game. I mean, this is a different team, Cody.
That's true. Yeah, I think knowing what to expect, historically we've had great matches with them, and last year obviously we went down to we lost to them in pens. Being that they are an affiliate for the MLS team, I'm not 100% sure what type of roster they'll field. Yeah. But we know there's no easy games. They're going to come with their best, starting 11, and we are going to do the same.
You guys are right now 2 points behind them in the Western Conference standings for that 8th playoff spot. When Steve Cook, your coach, comes in, I kind of tiptoe around the playoff question, but he's not here, so let's talk about the playoff push. Atiba, do you guys, you have to be aware of where those standings are. So how much of a conversation piece is, making that playoff push? Cody mentioned earlier, wanting to win a championship. Is that a point of conversation, or is it just we got to take care of this game?
I mean, I think all the guys in the locker room knows the point standing, but it's not the main focus at the moment. It's the next game. The next game is important, because without winning the next game or gaining points, I mean, there's no point looking at past that. Exactly. So the next game is Swope Park, and we're going to focus on that, and hopefully we come away with 3 points.
Jaime, I mean, you were here through all of the struggles early, as you were talking about a team that maybe wasn't as bad as the results showed, but still to be talking about playoffs. There was probably a point where it was like, ooh, are we going to be able to get there? This has got to be pretty pinch yourself type of thing for you at this point, I would think.
Yeah, I think that there was a couple of days that we thought this might be rough, but I think we were confident. Everybody just took each other's shoulders and kept pushing for everyone.
Cody, how have you approached this whole idea of pushing for the playoffs. You were obviously around with the playoff team a year ago. I mean, you've seen how this works. What's sort of the mentality you have to take into something like this?
Yeah, I think sports echo life, ebb and flow, right? Ups and downs. You can never get too high when things are going great, right? It's easy. Everybody's easy to get along with, right? Everything flows great when things are going great.
Yeah.
But it's the hard times, and we know in this type of industry in athletics that you have ups and downs. But as long as you stay the course, you don't get too high, you don't get too low, things generally even themselves out.
Yeah. Well, guys, you got that big match on Sunday, but then all three of you are soon after, I'm assuming, headed out to play for your country and international matches. And again, as I said, unbelievable that, you know, as a USL team, you've got three of you. Even one of you in any season would be unbelievable. Three in a season and three at once.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. But Jaime, let's start with you. You're making your second appearance this season with the Jordan national team. You'll be playing twice, about a week apart. First one September 6th against Lebanon, and then Oman about a week later. Having played with the Jordanian national team, what are you expecting? What's sort of top of your head as you think about this second assignment with the team?
I think that this time of the year is going to be good for us because they just started their season. They have a season that goes from August till May, so I think that their fitness is going to be on the top, and I think the quality is there, so it's going to be fun. It's going to be something that I'm going to enjoy from the beginning.
Cody, you're making an appearance with the Puerto Rican national team. This is the second time you've gotten called up and played with them. You were with them last year in a game against Indonesia, ended up in an 0-0 draw. What was that experience like for you a year ago, and how are you expecting this time around to go?
Honestly, I had to pinch myself last year. I thought it was so cool. You know, how it worked for me a little different than these guys is by heritage, I'm not Puerto Rican. Although Puerto Rico is a Commonwealth of the United States, and I spent a good amount of my career down there, so I'm able to represent them. But it was surreal. It was such a there was a little bit of validation, if you will. I can do this, and I've done it. But after that, you know, subsided. It was focus on the task at hand and enjoy the moment.
I didn't mention who you'd be playing because you'll be playing this guy with St. Kitts and Nevis and Atiba. That's where you're headed up to play with them. First of all, I'll ask you about the experience of getting this call-up. What's that mean to you to get the national team call-up?
I mean, it's always an honor representing your country, no matter what level, no matter how big the game is, how small the game is. It's always an honor because you're representing your family, you're representing a lot of people.
And then when you guys found out you might be
we saw the schedule come out a couple months ago.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh wow, this is gonna be pretty cool.
Yeah.
But hey, man, I think the world of this guy. If I know the experience is going to be great, and just another great memory that we can make in our footballing journey. And
probably use it as some bragging rights if that comes to it,
right? Of course, of course.
When you guys got the three of you got the call-ups, did you sort of all start to get them at the same time? How did all of that play out that you suddenly realized all three of you were essentially going to be headed out at the same time for these?
Well, you guys start with that.
I don't know. We just kept asking each other like, hey, are you finally going or not? Because the schedule is there and we know the games were there. So at the end, I got called up last week, and I don't know when they got called up. So
Caribbean time is a real thing. I don't know if you've ever heard of this. So they take their time with everything. It's like, hey, am I coming or not? But a couple days ago, they said for sure.
You guys were a yes. Is that about how it was for you too?
Yeah, it was about a week ago.
Yeah. So is there anything that you guys have to do to get ready for these? I mean, you'd be training obviously for matches if you were here. I know there's the bigger travel distance that you'll be facing to get to the game. A lot for you, Jaime. But I mean, to that, you know, aside from that, do you have to prepare any different? Do you do anything different to try to get ready for an international match at all?
Me personally, no. I take a lot of what we do on a daily basis with our goalkeeper coach and other goalkeepers and bring it into our training there because it has best prepared me to play my best. So that's pretty much it's. Yeah, the shirt's different, if you will, but my preparation is similar.
Do you guys, being out and positions and not in goal like Cody. Does it change any, or do you try to do anything different? Or Atiba, what's your?
Well, I think without us performing at the club level, we won't get that recognition or get that call up to the national team. So I think it's important to do the things that we've been doing and try to take it and contribute to the national team.
Yeah, I guess there's a reason you got a call up. They like what you guys can do, so just do it, right?
Exactly. Try not to overcomplicate it.
Yeah, for sure. As I mentioned, with the three of you gone, you're all going to miss matches, one match all at the same time. That's the September 9th match against Orange County. Jaime, I think you're going to then miss another one September 12th against LA. You two will be back, having arm wrestled each other in your match. But to have the three of you get this experience all at once, I got to think that you'll come back maybe with some jet lag. But this is all a positive experience to bring back to this team, right, Jaime?
Yeah, I think that personally it's always a great experience to go anywhere. To learn a different culture, to learn something different, but at the end, what you get, you bring it to the group, and if you are doing well, at the end that confidence is going to get back to the group, and it will benefit their energy as well. So at the end, the USL team or whoever is your team is, it will benefit as well. So
yeah. You can't say no when your country calls. I mean, I know you guys are leaving the team a little bit shorthanded with the three of you, but you can't say no.
Yeah, it's a bit bittersweet because we kind of push in. A few games left in the season, and we want to be here with the group, but at the same time, it's our country.
Yeah.
We have to honor our country and serve it.
I have to think too, yes, you want to represent your country here, but then you're representing energy as you guys go out too, right?
Exactly. I think this reflects extremely well on the club as a whole. To have high caliber players that ply their trade in Oklahoma City it speaks volumes.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I know that they'll be wanting you back, but at the same time, to have those international colors on, it's a big time for all you guys. So best of luck to you. Come back safe and sound. Again, Sunday, 4 o'clock is that rescheduled match against Swope Park. ESPN Plus is where you can check that out. And if you need information about upcoming matches, tickets, anything about Energy FC, energyfc.com is the place to go. Be sure to stay with the best coverage team anywhere at newsok.com and every day in the Oklahoman.